Hey there, and welcome to this complete care guide explainer. If you've ever stared lovingly at your favorite houseplant and thought, man, I really wish I had 5 more of exactly this plant, well, you are in the perfect place today. Together, we're going to demystify the completely fascinating process of multiplying your houseplant collection using literally nothing more than a simple jar of water. It's a brilliant, completely accessible way to grow your indoor jungle for free, and I'm so incredibly excited to guide you through it.
To really set the stage for what we're doing, houseplant expert Anastasia Remeslo perfectly captures the emotional payoff of this method. She describes water propagation as a true gateway into the world of plant creation. And honestly, she is completely right. There's just something inherently magical about watching a bare stem push out fresh, white roots right on your windowsill. But what makes this method even better than just feeling like a miracle is the actual data behind it. With the right plants, this approach boasts a nearly 100% success rate.
Okay, so here is our complete care guide roadmap for today. We'll be covering 1. The magic of water propagation, 2. Choosing the perfect plant, 3. The 4 simple steps, 4. Patiently waiting for roots, and 5. The big move to soil. Let's dive right in and trace a cutting's path from the very first snip to its final, triumphant destination in a dirt pot.
Section 1. The magic of water propagation, creating new plants for free. We begin our journey by looking at exactly why water propagation is widely considered the ultimate method for indoor gardeners, especially if you're just starting out. You see, unlike rooting in soil, where everything happens completely out of sight in the dark, water propagation is entirely visual. You are in total control because you can literally see the biology working in real time. It's incredibly simple, and there is genuinely nothing more satisfying than successfully cloning your favorite greenery.
Moving right along to Section 2, choosing the perfect plant, setting yourself up for success. Now, here is a very important caveat. Not all plants are cut out for this journey. You can't just hack a random leaf off any plant you own and expect it to work. For water propagation, we need to intentionally select trailing houseplants. These specific types of plants are naturally programmed to grow roots directly from their nodes. You know, those little bumpy joints on the stem where the leaves attach?
So let's look at the absolute top candidates for your jar. Take the undisputed champion Pothos in varieties like Golden, Neon, or Marble Queen. These guys root incredibly fast. Then you have the heartleaf Philodendron, the fast-rooting Monstera deliciosa and Adansani, and the highly prolific Tradescanthia. If you select from this all-star list, your cutting is practically guaranteed to thrive in the water.
Section 3. The 4 simple steps, snipping and submerging. Now that we've picked out our perfect parent plant from that list, let's walk through the core physical actions required to actually start the propagation. This is where you get to be hands-on.
The whole procedure is just so quick. It breaks down into 4 simple steps: taking a healthy cutting, prepping the cutting, placing it in water, and waiting and watching. You can genuinely knock out all 4 of these steps during a quick morning coffee break. It is super low effort for a very, very high reward.
Let's break those steps down a bit more. First, you'll want to grab a pair of clean, sharp scissors. Find a healthy, mature vine on your plant that has at least 2 to 3 leaves on it. You're going to make your snip about a 1/4 inch directly below a node. Your goal here is to end up with a cutting that is roughly 4 to 6 inches long in total.
Now here's a secret to getting a massive head start on your propagation. As you look up and down the vine of your parent plant, look really closely at the nodes. If you can find a section that already has a small, bumpy aerial root starting to form, take that one. That little bump means the plant is already primed, pumped up, and eager to push out a root system. Step 2 is prep. And guys, this is a non-negotiable step. It is absolutely critical to gently snip off that lowest leaf, the one closest to the cut end of your stem. Why? Because any leaves left sitting under the waterline will quickly begin to rot. That rot creates harmful bacteria, and that bacteria will travel right up the stem and ruin your entire cutting before it even has a fighting chance to root. So keep that stem clean.
Section 4. Patiently waiting for roots. The water phase. With the prep work perfectly done, your cutting goes into a clear glass jar or vase filled with room temperature water. You just want to make absolutely sure that the bare node at the bottom is completely submerged while keeping the remaining upper leaves perfectly dry.
Now the crucial point for this waiting period is maintaining a healthy aquatic environment. You absolutely must change the water every 2 to 3 days or immediately if you notice it getting murky or cloudy. Stagnant water breeds bacteria, but giving your cutting fresh water regularly provides the fresh oxygen it desperately needs to encourage healthy root growth.
Place your glass jar in a warm spot that gets plenty of bright, indirect light, like windowsill that avoids harsh direct sun. And then comes the hardest part of all, patience. But if you keep the water fresh and the light bright, you are going to start seeing the magical first signs of white roots appearing in just 1 to 4 short weeks.
Finally, Section 5, the big move to soil, transitioning your water baby. Fast forward a bit, and congratulations, those beautiful roots have appeared. Our journey now enters its climax, transitioning this delicate water baby from its glass jar into its permanent home in the soil. This is a pretty big shock for the plant, so we have to do it carefully.
But this brings up a massive question that beginners always ask. How do you know exactly when your cutting has spent enough time in its glass jar? You obviously don't want to move it too early, but is there such a thing as leaving it in the water for too long?
Well, the data gives us a very clear target. The absolute ideal time to move your plant is when the primary roots reach exactly 1 to 2 inches in length. If you wait way too long and let the roots wrap around and around the jar, they become specialized water roots. Making the transition to dirt then becomes much harder for the plant, and it might just collapse from the shock. So 1 to 2 inches is the golden rule.
Let's look at the 5 exact potting steps to guarantee survival. First, choose a surprisingly small 2 to 4 inch nursery pot. A pot that's too big holds too much wet soil, which will accidentally drown your delicate new roots. Second, use a light, airy potting mix. Adding extra perlite is a great way to prevent compaction. Third, gently secure the cutting in the soil, burying the roots and bottom stem. Fourth, water it deeply until water actually pours out of the drainage holes to settle the soil. And fifth, maintain high humidity for the first week to ease the transition.
To really nail that 5th step and ease the shock of the transition, here is a fantastic trick. Simply place a clear plastic bag over the top of the entire pot. This instantly creates a mini greenhouse effect. It keeps the environment highly humid around the leaves, while allowing you to keep the soil consistently moist but not soggy, while those new water roots adapt to their new life in the dirt.
And just like that, after a few weeks of care, you're going to see new leaf growth signaling a complete success. Now that you understand the entire journey of this complete care guide, from a simple stem snip through the magic of the water jar, all the way to a brand new potted plant, I want to leave you with this question. Which of your trailing houseplants are you going to multiply first? Look around your room, pick your favorite, grab your scissors, and start creating your very own plant miracles today.